This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight, my friends and I will be playing the Magnus Archives role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Need. It is from Make Your Statement, a new collection of scenarios written by Stacey, Janssen, Jonathon Sims, and Monte Cook. It's available from Monte Cook Games and also from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Mike McGinn, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Troy Lehman as his character, Sebastian Saint-Laurent. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Troy?
Journal entry, October 16th. I have some important decisions to make, choices brought on by new knowledge. But first, to provide context. Things are moving faster. Our little group is attracting more and more attention of things that are a threat to life and sanity. Are we under attack? A few days ago, Mel and Ethan went to check out Miss Addison Devine. A woman Mel was protecting from the People's Church, and Mel was letting hide at her well-lit cottage. The door was open, and there was chaos on the ground floor like someone had suddenly fled. The room Miss Devine was sleeping in was now suddenly open to the vastness of the night sky, only visible from within the room itself. Mel cursed Walsh Abdul as the likely culprit, and unable to find any evidence of Devine's presence, the two decided to wisely retreat. Ethan, on the trip up, suffered a nightmare. Once again trapped underground, narrow passages of dirt, he dreamt of meeting Erica, the woman he met at the terrible gallery night. She was trapped there with him, and they tried to escape together. Mel assures him that he was the only one she found that night in the tunnel. That same night, Roy and I were determined to collect whatever information we could from Andrea Coso's apartment, so near to the murder bench of that poor student Ken Wallace who died the night of the art show. We had Coso's keys and a convenient excuse that we were there to pick up some of her things while she was in the hospital. He noticed the place was under observation, and we assumed it was probably a police detective, so we went in acting like we should be there. Roy had to scare off another resident while we checked Coso's mail. A letter from Delaney Morris, management staff from Eclipse, Coso's patron and a front for the People's Church. Apparently overtures were made to Walsh Abdul, who'd been an ally in the past. It appears the church has designs on doing something to an observatory in Nunavut during an upcoming solar eclipse. She hoped Coso would make it, even though she had turned down some unnamed ally and a warning to beware of a Sidorov girl who might be working for the mother of puppets. This seems like a lot to unpack, but a road trip, hopefully all expenses paid, to Nunavut might be in order for our group. We had just started to search Coso's blackout apartment. I made a joke about it looking like a vampire's den, when we were accosted again, this time by the landlord. Our story still held enough water to fool him, and we would complain about the lack of light when a meddlesome Nosferatu, the man from outside, decided to attack him from the hallway. I'm a little surprised at how quickly Rory and I dispatched the fiend, but he wasn't our first vampire. I hope it felt shame and despair as it crashed through the window, burning to its much-deserved ashes. We almost didn't attend to the poor super's wounds when he unveiled Coso's latest work in his thrashings. A beautiful picture of the Arctic sky, northern lights, and a solar eclipse. I later found that Mortimer had been doing me a favor, one that has great consequences for me. He believed my fears that Danielle had been changeling or doppelgangered out by something. And it took a while, but through conversation and a stratagem of having it read Roman-era erotica, he was able to determine that it was not Danielle and not human. And he observed firsthand how it somehow made Celine, a tough nut, believe she had known her for some time. After some deep research, he found in our own archives a reference to a creature called the Not Them, which regularly kills and assumes the identity of people, one of its few vulnerabilities to discovery being the ability of non-digital media, analog, recording to film or magnetic tape, to capture its true form. While making this discovery, he also stumbled upon an unopened room we'd never noticed, probably dating back to the pre-Jesuit days of the 1820s. He made the effort to access the room, and though he found it empty, was still incredibly unnerved by it and closed it up again. I learned all of this at our meeting earlier tonight. We discussed how to get confirmation of the creature's identity. A plan is being hatched to get a film stock photograph taken with a telephoto lens from some remote so as not to be noticed. Hopefully it will provide the evidence of its true form and allow us to proceed as we need to. Our little talk was interrupted by the Changeling and Elena Jade. So proud of their work. A new recording. More things to deal with, and it's happening to students on campus. Joanna, a physics student, had a strange night with her close friend and lover, Nell French, who spent almost the entirety of 17 hours asking if Joanna loved her and seeming to live or die on the affirmation repeated over and over again. Eventually, she collapsed and returned to some state of normalcy. Apparently, other strange incidents are occurring to other students. One had to be physically pried from a cross in a church, and the other paid a ton of money to get people to affirm he was superior to them. Strange needs for affirmation are spreading. Miss French was also a friend of the boy who was murdered on art show night. Ultimately, the thing most troubling to me is the fact that Danielle is very likely dead. Killed by the thing that everyone accepts as her, including your parents. I have failed as a teacher because getting your charges killed through negligence is one of the worst things you can do. Danielle became an affiliated member of St. Cyprian's, thanks to me, and I believe she was targeted and killed for some things to infiltrate us. I put her in the position of being murdered. I will need to discuss this with Mortimer later, but we'll need to dismiss all of the student assistants. No more innocent people will be sacrificed. After we deal with the thing that killed Danielle, I will need to talk with the parents. They deserve the truth, even though I will be marked as a nut, and I'll have to resign from my position at the university. I can't conceive of continuing as a teacher after this mistake. I will continue to work with the archive if Danielle's parents don't get me locked up as a loony, but I can't teach now knowing that my carelessness killed one of my students.
Oof, that's some heavy stuff.
I'm done.
Oh, poor Seb.
Yeah, well, she's dead because of me.
Well,
truthfully, it's not really your fault. It was just bad timing. But I know
not how I see it. I got her the job.
I know.
That's not how I see it, and I don't think I convinced likewise.
This is going to sound crazy, but what if we took the opposite approach? What if we got Polaroids of everyone but Danielle? And then we can put them away somewhere. So we'll know that if it happens to them, we can check them every day to make sure that the students are the ones that they are, so we can protect the other ones.
That's a good backup plan, and also of ourselves, but I think we should deal with that creature before it kills again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought that the pictures of her changed, though.
Am I
misremembering that?
I think it's his digital photography that changes.
Yeah.
Which is mostly
analog. That's right. Okay.
Wait. Yearbook photos.
Ooh. Yeah, those wouldn't be...
They can't change Those are printed. They're not.
Yeah, but they're printed from digital information.
It doesn't matter. It would if her yearbook from last year would be her. It doesn't go back through time and change every photo that's ever been taken.
Well, that's easy to check. We can grab a yearbook off the wall.
Yeah,
when you say ceaseless watcher, does it look the same or is it different?
Yeah, you look around. Do you think you guys would have a yearbook in the St.
of course,
Cyprus?
probably.
If not in this library, in the main library.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're able to, as lots of things are going on, the students are doing stuff. Director Delacroix, presumably somewhere around the Institute as well. Yeah, you're able to track down one of the past year's yearbooks. And looking her up, you do see within the yearbook that it looks like this version of Danielle that you see in the picture.
Yeah, they take everything by digital photography.
Yeah, because digital is part of the printing process, maybe. But that doesn't make sense. It physically exists now.
None of this makes sense. You shouldn't be able to change it to another person, have other people.
Upon finding that, You go through the book and see it, and if you're all looking at it, I'm going to have you all take 1 stress from making that discovery because it does not match what you were expecting to find.
I don't.
Yeah.
At what point stress do we get a stress level?
After 3 stress, each 3 stress you get contributes into 1 stress level. So at 6 stress, you'll have 2 stress levels, and each stress level is basically a level of hindrance on a test.
I think what we really have to do, Seb, before you do anything, regardless of your conscience, we have to figure out how we can either stop it or protect ourselves from it, because it could just as easily take one of us and replace us.
Yeah, well, I mean, we should try to kill it once we confirm what we're dealing with, obviously. I know you guys want to have solid confirmation before we hit her with a truck or something.
Let's take solid Polaroid photos of all of us.
Yep, easily done.
Oh, it's trickier than that, because if it, for instance, took me over, it would gain the knowledge of where the photos were kept.
Right.
And it could switch one out.
And I don't think it would do any good to scan them, because I bet you as soon as we do that, it becomes digital.
I don't know how the takeover process works, but if they knew if one of these things was trying to take over one of the other students, and we had photos of them or one of us, it might change its mind, knowing that we got a backup plan to know who we are, because that'll be.
I'll tell you what. We take 5 photos, one of each of us,
and we all keep copies.
Well, we all keep copies of all of them.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
And we hide them somewhere very safe.
Yeah.
Like in the vault, or
any one of us, and we never tell each other where they're hidden.
Correct.
All right.
So we can always go back to them to come and go like...
It could take one of us over and destroy the photos, but it can't get to all the other photos.
Yeah.
The others will be able to identify it.
Yeah.
We hope, anyways.
It could be the yearbook baffles me, unless somehow it's placing some sort of glamour on every photograph, because her house should have lots of photos
of her. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there any way we could reach out to some of the other institute locations, maybe London, down in New York or something, and find out if they have any cases or any statements on these not
I'll
things?
contact the Magnus Archives in England.
Maybe
I'm fully on that. I'm going to deeply research it.
Maybe they know what these present as once they're discovered, and maybe how to deal with them.
And we've got to be careful, because if the thing, whatever it is, realizes that we know something, it might just kill us all.
So just act normal like you would to any of the students.
Correct.
We should be on guard around each other.
Yeah.
Dr. Bosch, you would know that Magnus Archives is kind of your mother group back in England, but the United States has something called the Usher Foundation that is the similar type thing that you'd correspond with.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to spend, and on the online, I'm going to spend a lot of time researching, see what I can find, anything.
Okay, so
because this is an immediate threat.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to try to do, just if that helps, is I'm going to look through some folklore examples related to changelings and doppelgangers in case it ties in.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's some weird story, and Mortimer, you might remember, with changelings, there's something about if you cook eggs in a pot with the shells open or something weird like that, the changelings find it inconceivably weird, and it throws them off and they reveal themselves. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, there's so much folklore like that.
Yeah, I just want to see if maybe one of those. I mean, it's going to be hard to set that up because most people don't cook eggs in their shells in a pot, but we might try to do that.
You can add a little kitchen in the
egg.
basement. Yeah.
I know that you're familiar with. I mean, you were attacked by Nosferatu. I was told a theory maybe a year or so ago by a friend, and he said, the aversion to garlic
Uh-huh.
that Nosferatu show. Well, garlic is a blood thinner.
Yep.
So maybe the Nosferatu all along have been convincing people that garlic is dangerous
Because
to
it
them
makes it easier for them to eat.
because it makes them it makes their blood thinner, and then they can
That makes me mad.
train them faster. So we never know where folklore is coming from. But yeah,
So it's Dr. Bosch and Dr. Seb St. Laurent get into the research. What are Rory, Melanie, and Ethan up to?
Obviously I've sort of been I have like nothing to go on in the search for Addison at the moment. So I am going to start doing some digging on this new statement we just got.
Okay.
Because it feels like this could be the start of something very, very bad. Depending on what exactly this could be, how exactly it all works. And then, we've already had a student have to be pried off a cross in a church. It could get a lot less benign very quickly.
Well, we do have the one dead student. Do you had your friend over in the morgue? Maybe we should find out.
Yes,
I did. Find out how he died because, we got that letter. We got that letter from Koso's apartment. It mentioned their new allies and escorting, and then we had that weird gentleman waiting in the car who turned out to be a vampire. Maybe the vampires are their new allies, because that would be that'd be really bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. So you know what? So my first step for digging into this new statement, I'm gonna go talk to Dr. Henry over at the morgue to see if I can get some information about the murdered student. Because we have to start somewhere.
I mean, it's so close to Koso's. I'm wondering if vampire got him, or
maybe.
We'll have to find out from the autopsy report. We can piece it together if we don't exactly tell her what we're thinking. But
right,
I'm a little worried about that connection right now.
Yeah, I am too.
Ethan looks deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the details. Honestly, Melanie, if you'll have me go with you, I think I'll go with you to the morgue to talk to them about that, because I want to focus on the new case as well. I'm totally not avoiding anything else that I have concerns about.
Totally not.
No, it's, yeah.
You guys mind if I tag along too? Because maybe if I can look at the body, if it's still there, I can recognize things you might not recognize.
Depending on how late we're there, it may be worth jumping over and talking to somebody else.
And personally, with this not them running around, I am a little bit leery of going anywhere alone.
Well, I think we do need to start doing things in pairs and triples. We should always, not venture out too much on our own.
We might consider bunking up together too, for the same reason.
I hope you all can live with my cat.
Dibs on not the cat.
Do you? And I'm not, necessarily, saying we should do this, but would it make sense to maybe bunk here? Because we do have the cameras. I mean, I realize that, the whole digital thing may not, work in our favor, but if something happens, I mean, if one of us is taken, it should be on camera at least. It's not going to, remove actions, I would think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, we got the company as well.
I mean, we do have an extra room now downstairs.
Right.
It's kind of creepy, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
do we trust it?
Which reminds me, I need to talk to my colleague concerning a very similar door I saw on art gallery night.
It does trouble me that door opens out from that room. It's almost like something's meant to exit from it.
Yeah, it's like it's coming into us, whether...
not vice versa.
Yeah.
We don't really know what its original purpose was, and it might have been built long before the structures. So, I am going to. I hate to do it, but we're going to have to let our students go. Tell them something just changed the project. You know that's going to make her very suspicious.
Yeah.
Can we come up with some funding thing, or there's been a?
We would have to explain that to Celine, and she's not going to want to cancel a project out of nowhere.
No. She just has to back us up if somebody asks her.
Maybe for now, we let them keep working and just keep a close eye on them, and never turn our back to them.
Yeah.
I would like to get photos of the ones that we're currently or sure haven't been changed. Like,
what we could
non-digital.
we could say we're getting new cards done up for their access to the library.
Mm-hmm.
We use a digital camera so nobody panics, except we also take an analog photo when they're not paying attention.
And ideally, the creature would have to realize that if it's a policy thing, they can't freak out. Like,
well, hold on. We just installed new cameras. Why can't we say that we need new IDs? We need new IDs for security.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes. And hopefully that won't trigger the creature's flight or fight response.
Well, if it sees a digital camera, it shouldn't panic, right?
Right.
As long as it doesn't realize there might be something else at work.
I mean, that could be the reason. That could be the event that we're holding while we have somebody else, a certain amount of feet away with a telephoto lens.
You know what we could do?
Uh-huh.
We could rig up a room.
Uh-huh.
We could get a two-way mirror.
Uh-huh.
They're obtainable. And allow them to spruce themselves up looking into the mirror while we have an analog photograph on the other side.
Yeah.
I feel this is going into a voyeuristic territory that we may not want to go with students.
Well, except that it's life or death at this point.
True, but
that we can.
Believe me,
we're not doing it in the bathroom.
No, it's just to powder your nose quickly type of thing.
And it just so happens that behind the two-way mirror is an analog camera that hopefully not them doesn't realize is there.
I feel like this isn't going to end well.
Oh,
our security man, Rory, and you guys should be able to figure that out.
I could figure that out.
Yeah, you can probably get an analog micro camera from a spy supply store and just find a way to mix that in with the other stuff.
Unfortunately, my hidden camera is a video camera, so that's not going to work.
Yours is digital.
Yeah.
So I think
I'll use my personal funds to buy it if we need to.
Okay.
Who's heading where? I think we got 3 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the computer because I'm going to be researching.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig through old books.
Yep. Okay.
And we are going to the morgue.
Once again.
Yeah, we'll follow the 3 who go to the morgue first as you step out. And I take it you're walking over or driving?
Yeah, I mean it's not super far, so and it's a nice enough day, so I figure why not take the walk.
The coroner is located in the McGill in the basement at the McGill Hospital. Okay. And that's on university grounds, so yeah, it's a decent walk, but you're able to get there no problem. You can see they're despite being late fall, there's not a lot of students around. A lot of the students are a little skittish at the moment, and there is a curfew on apparently, and the grounds are pretty quiet. There's a little bit of chill in the air as you walk. You can see leaves have turned yellow or orange.
It is a very nice day.
It's beautiful out.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, I know you went up to your lake house, and you opened that door, and it was like a whole vast vista that probably Wash Abdul set up.
More than likely.
Do you think?
It was only in the bedroom she was using. It wasn't in any of the other rooms.
That's why I was thinking, do you think the reason you can't find her is because she got sucked into that void?
No, I definitely saw the trail of destruction in the house. She ran.
Okay.
And it appeared to have closed down shortly after we were there. I walked around the house and looked up into the window, and it wasn't the room looked normal. I mean, I guess it's possible that the looking, outside in, you wouldn't see that, but given what we saw, I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe. So, I mean, it's always possible too. It was a trap for us. So I don't know, but I agree with Melanie. I don't think she was taken. At least I hope not, especially after we left so quickly.
Yeah, that.
So many strings to pull at. I don't know.
I was initially incredibly annoyed at Walsh Abdul for the whole art gallery fiasco. Now I am rather, well, I have a few words for him.
Oh, I got a few fists for him.
Oh, yeah.
Three of you are talking, and you're now walking out in front of the hospital, coming up to the main entrance of it. You can see off to the side where the emergency vehicles would come up, and you're kind of going in through the main entrance off to the side. Coincidentally, this is the same hospital where currently Andrea Cosso is still in her coma. Also that the landlord of the Cedar Tower Apartments, one Perry Lomas, was taken here and is still in recovery after the attack on him several days ago.
Andrew is only going to be in a coma for a week.
Yeah, and you're getting close to the end of it.
Okay,
should we try to talk to the young lad that was attacked as well? See if we can. I don't know how, we're not really relatives or anything, but.
We can try. I mean, it's not. We're here. It's not going to hurt.
No.
Right. Although, let's go to the morgue first.
Yeah, let's take a look at the body. See what we're looking at.
And the three of you head into the hospital, and you know the way. Dr. Melanie, at the very least, has been here before. Mm-hmm. And three of you head that way. Back at the library, Dr. Bosch and Dr. St. Laurent. The two of you are getting some research done.
I'm actually trying to figure out if one can actually use eggshells as saucepans and cauldrons and stuff, just to figure out how to set it up.
Going through that, you still keep coming back to the same kind of concepts of all these folklores and trying to connect this not them to it, and you're struggling to find anything particularly evidenced since from her behaviors. You just haven't spent that much time with her, and frankly, spending that time with her has become so unnerving for you. Any incident the others have is one thing, but you find any time that you're near her,
it's hard to be around her at all. Yeah.
She almost plays into it now and smirks a little bit, and it's almost like she half knows that you know too already, you think, but
she's enjoying tormenting me with it.
You get that feeling, maybe.
So she's stalking me almost, kind of like, you're unnerved because you think you're going crazy. Can't talk to anybody. I wonder if I should just confront her.
That is a quality of this creature.
What?
That they like to torture people who think they're figuring it out. If you confront her, she will kill you.
How do they kill people? Sure. Do they grow claws?
We don't know. Do they absorb the other person and become them? Or is she a monster? We don't know what they really look like. She could be a giant clawed, vicious, tentacled monster.
Maybe she's only as dangerous as a person is. Which is still dangerous. I mean, don't get me wrong, but...
She's a predator. So consider her a tiger.
Okay, so she's more dangerous than a serial killer would be, who was determined to kill
She's
me.
designed to kill us. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you have any doubt or any thought that she could be behind the murder of the student Ken Wallace?
Did Ken know Danielle? Is that the connection we're able to make?
Not so far.
What year was Danielle? Was she second or third year?
Danielle is third year, whereas Ken is a first year student.
Oh, they probably don't know each other though. That's not usually that much up and down the ladder, really, because you don't have a lot of opportunities to interact. I don't think I have any reason to think that. Like, if I think back, I don't remember Ken being in the background when I was talking to any of Danielle or her friends or any of the other people that were working through this stuff.
Do either of you have perception?
Yes, I do.
A skill?
I'm trained in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've just gone to see Mortimer, who's at one of the computers, when you hear something from the basement room where you've been working. You're on the main floor right now, going between library and computer rooms.
Mortimer, I just heard a thump from downstairs. We're the only two people here, right?
Where did I know? Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, students have all left for the day.
Okay, we're going to pick up whatever heavy thing we can find nearby, just in case.
A library
Fire extinguisher.
book.
Yep. Books are good.
The Bible. Yeah.
That's heavy. I like it. Okay, we're good.
No. When the two of you start heading down the stairs into it, you can you do have a sense coming down the stairs that there's another presence there. There's someone, and you hear a voice kind of from around the corner in the room. Someone kind of it sounds like they're just quietly, oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder what that means. And coming around the corner, you see a thin man in a fairly ragged-looking suit, wearing glasses. His hair is in a bit of disarray. And he seems to be standing in the middle of your room, looking at your kind of corkboard setup with all the strings and stuff.
Excuse me, who are you? Go ahead.
Turning around, he seems quite shocked to see you both. And you've both seen him around before. In fact, he is a friend or a coworker of Dr. Beaudry's, actually.
Was he the one she mentioned ran through the door?
Yeah. I come to think of it.
I'm going to make sure that door is between me and him. I'm between him and the door at this point.
The door is wide open.
I'm going to close it.
With us inside?
No, he's in the room we study in.
Your room. Yeah, the other room.
I'm going to so that's how he got in here. Sir, are you a member of our institution? Do you have reading privileges?
No, yes. Dr. Jacob Cross. Sebastian Saint Laurent, correct?
Yeah, yes. How would you have the rights to read here, sir? Is there something we should know about?
Sorry, I wandered in. I was lost in the halls back there and made my way in here. You wouldn't happen to have any water, would you?
There's a water cooler right here.
Yeah.
Here you
go. He takes a cup and drains it, and then takes another cup and drains it.
How long have you been in the halls, sir?
I'm not sure.
Our mutual acquaintance saw you disappear a couple of nights ago. Have you been running around all that time?
I don't entirely remember, to be honest with you.
Would you come upstairs with us? The library's actually closed right now, but we might have some questions for you.
Yes. We have hot chocolate and cookies upstairs, too.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes? Don't you know about the hot cookies?
And he
God!
Purposely walks away from you back to the door at the very side of the room, that the door that wasn't there, you were sure before, and opens it and kind of peeks into the room and just, okay, that's what I thought. Sorry. Yeah, let's go upstairs.
Do we have two doors now down here?
Technically, the room you're in now has two doors. Is that the stairs come down and into this room where you've set up as your investigation room, and then it had a door in it that leads to this.
So I found.
Yeah, and now there's another one. Sir, we don't mind having you as a guest, but would you please stop multiplying all the orifices to the room? Stop. Do not do that anymore, sir. That is a problem, okay?
How many do you think there are?
How many are there now? There's two, right? He's added two.
There's back into the hallway and in there. But in that room, I came down the hallway that led to the two other rooms.
Okay. Please don't add any more to our space. I don't know what you've got back there in whatever the rooms that you've got back there, but please respect the integrity of this building. We're more than happy to have you as a guest because you're a professor at the same college as us, but...
Can you tell me about your chart there?
Let's go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs with the chocolate and the cookies, and we'll talk about all of that. You need to tell us a little bit about yourself first, and we'll tell you all about the chart after that if we like your answers.
Sounds like a deal. And he lets you lead him upstairs. We'll go back to the university morgue where Dr. Beaudry and Ethan and Rory have come down the stairs, and you're sitting in Patricia Henry's office with her. Yeah, Ken Wallace. First year student, I guess. It was pretty brutal.
Yes, so we've heard. I know, Dr. Henry, this is not usual, but we think this might tie into something we're working on. Can you tell us anything?
Oh, God. I guess his body was found by a group of students and called in. The paramedics showed up and tried to resuscitate him, but he'd been stabbed through the neck with a knife. And it appears there are quite a number of post-mortem injuries as well. We would suspect from the same blade.
So he was dead with the first strike, but then whoever stabbed him just kept going.
It appears so.
So that would certainly imply a frenzy. But also that it's rather personal.
Well, there was another peculiar thing that we found. His heels were quite blistered.
Was he wearing shoes when he was found?
He was, but they were quite ragged.
Like he'd been running for some time.
Oh, you blanked out there, Melanie. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Like he'd been running for some time.
It appears so. There were signs of his body of physical stress. It's possible he was chased to that point, or...
Here's a question. Was he a student athlete by any chance? Specifically on the track team?
He does appear to have had some connection with some sports activities on the campus, but he was here just doing and she kind of looks over her notes going through the folder and says, it looks like an arts degree, but from what I've heard, he was involved in a badminton club and possibly a few other events around campus.
Okay, because in the group chat, the other two would hear the chime at some point, but I specifically put it in for you two. I put a question in the group chat: did he need to run?
But I mean, you're playing badminton. You're not gonna damage your feet like that. And to be honest, if something's happened in fight or flight and you're running, you're probably not going to damage your feet like that. I'm wondering if this ties into some of the other obsessive behaviors that we've been looking at. Be walking or running. That could
getting in shape.
All right, the more that we're talking, Dr. Henry, it does appear that this is tied to our interest.
There hasn't been any other odd deaths that have come through here have there.
Well, unfortunately, while the police have been investigating it, so that nothing's since been reported. But everyone at the campus has definitely changed in light of this. As people are quiet, people are keeping to themselves.
Would it be possible to either see the body or see some photos of the wounds? I'm especially interested in the one to the neck.
Absolutely, yes. And she kind of checks. I have some time now. I can show you quickly if you want to come down.
That would be great. Thank you.
She's leading the way, talking as she's kind of going there, and she's like, from what I understand, I heard last, some of the police that I'd talked to were investigating a few of the students. There was one in particular that I believe they had questioned and then released.
Really?
Milton Vandermeer, I believe.
Vandermeer.
Do you know why they were questioning him?
I believe he may have been one of the students who was part of the group that first found the body.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. When you say arts degree, did they specify what type of art?
No, I don't know what the major was, to be honest.
Okay. In the group chat, I send a GIF of like the one guy from the one the guy in front of the corkboard going.
Yeah, that's where my mind was going as well. As soon as I heard arts degree, I mean, I'm not saying this out loud, but
Right.
Does she? So, based on how it sounds, she seems upset by this. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you get anything from it, it's mostly just that it is someone so young and
Okay,
it was
all
so savage more than anything. She doesn't seem to know or have any connection personally to Ken Wallace.
Gotcha.
And at that point, you guys have reached the room, and she opens the shelf and draws out the body.
Oh, poor dear.
Do any of you have forensics at all?
I don't. Wish I did though. However, I mean, I've got perception, but it's not,
Did they find a weapon on the at the scene?
I do have healing. Would that at least give me at least something to look at, some sort of background?
I'd give you a level of ease for that. So if you guys want, you could make a level 3 check.
All right, so I'll make it a 2. Okay.
Level 3.
Is that an intellect check?
Intellect,
yeah.
17.
Nice.
Oh, I got a 17 as well.
I got a 6. So
6. Okay, so for Rory, that isn't a pass, is it? Because
nope.
I didn't spend any points or anything, but.
And Rory, you were looking for something very specific.
I'm looking for that tongue. Like I would know what that looks like.
Okay, fair enough. So she is speaking and kind of points out to you guys, and she makes a point of showing his feet. You can see the blister on one heel, and slowly kind of points out different parts of his body, and you start to see in his torso the different stab wounds, and finally leads you to the neck, where you can see in the center of his neck, you can see a place where it appears a blade entered. From several days ago, Rory, when you were at the apartments, it was almost like a tongue that led to almost like a piece that stuck on like that.
Mm-hmm.
You would be inclined to think that this is not that kind of wound at all.
Okay. Those blisters, I was in the Irish Navy, and the Marines, the Irish Navy Marines, and we did a lot of marching, and some of those guys, that's an intense amount of walking that would cause blisters on the heels like that. That's not running away from somebody trying to get away.
No.
That's obsession, like we've been looking at. Like somebody just, they felt a need to be moving.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Based on as I'm looking at the knife wounds,
Yeah.
can I at least get an idea? I mean, like I said, both Ethan and I got 17s on this.
Yeah.
Do I notice anything in particular, like any hint of what type of blade it might have been that maybe Dr. Henry might not have been able to determine?
Likely some kind of knife. It wouldn't be a specialty blade, you'd guess. She'd probably explain to you. If there's anything you can tell from the strike and placement of it, that you would guess that the attacker would be of medium height or taller.
Okay.
And likely have some force behind their attack. Yeah, they'd likely have some strength.
Okay, so definitely... So... More than likely, a lot of the female students probably couldn't have done this. They would have been shorter. But
I mean, but if he was involved in sport, are we saying this out loud? Sorry.
Depends how much you'd share with Dr. Henry.
I'm thinking probably not.
Yeah.
Well, not the weird stuff.
Yeah.
Well, she's able
all of it.
to wrap up what she has to show you, and
Okay.
you guys head back to her office, and she said, "Well, was there anything else I can help you with?"
You said that this Mr. Vandermeer was part of the student group that found the body. Was there anyone else in that group that we might be able to speak with?
Not that I know names of.
Okay. Well, I might be able to sweet talk, or Ethan, you might be able to sweet talk somebody at the police precinct to let us see the files. But
Well, if he's a student, we should just be able to look him up, right? Do we, since we're kind of tangentially related to the school, do we have access to like student records or anything like that?
Certainly, Dr. Saint Laurent and Dr. Baudry, if anyone, would have the capacity to at least initiate, if they went to the administration office to dig into it. You could also try to hack into it, or...
I have another idea too, but I don't want to say it around the doctor, so...
Okay, yeah.
yeah, and anything I'm saying about sweet talking the police office, the police precinct, that was not being said out loud.
Okay.
That was definitely a group chat message.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions for her.
Okay. I'm like, well, if nothing else, can you keep us posted in case if any new deaths that seem related end up coming through here?
Yeah, I'll call you.
So as we're walking out into the hallway and probably elsewhere into the hospital or wherever we're going next, so if I'm remembering right, and I could be wrong here, was it Joanne, the one who told us about this, or Nell, her girlfriend, friends with Ken Wallace?
I think the girlfriend knew him.
All right, so she knew him. So it's possible that she may have also known the Vandermeer.
Vandermeer, yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm drawing connections to things that don't exist yet, but
given what's been happening the past couple of months, I'd be shocked. I would be incredibly shocked if you weren't thinking that this might be connected.
Right, and I mean, there are a couple places that I think that we should check out as well. The fact that Wallace had an arts degree. I think you know where my mind is going with this. If it leads us back to our friend, honestly, if it does, I'm gonna be very upset. But we still haven't talked to Joanne directly. Maybe that's what we need to do next, is just go to her. Maybe she's got some more information. Maybe I'd be curious to see if her girlfriend has, change
X, I think.
or X, yeah, her if she's seen
what
her.
was her name? It was Nell or something?
Nell
No,
French.
French. Yeah.
Wow.
So I definitely would like to speak with Nell if at all possible, especially if she knew Mr. Wallace.
What if he was on his way to Koso? It's so close to the apartment. What if his obsession was he had some kind of crush, some boy crush on her? She's an artist, maybe working with the students, looking for students,
I forgot.
trying to recruit. Maybe his body was found close to her home.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm wondering if maybe that was his obsession. He was trying to find her. He didn't know she was in the hospital.
Is it?
Something. I was walking around.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely need to do some digging into my information that I have about local offshoots of the People's Church to see if maybe he had a connection to them.
No.
Well, and do we know where Ken Wallace lived? Like, did he live in a dorm or an apartment?
He lived in a dorm. Okay. I have that. I think that Patricia Henry would have been able to give you that information. He lived at Solon Hall.
Solon Hall. Okay.
Solon Hall.
And it may be worth checking out his room as well. If he's an art student, I can guarantee he's going to have art there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not art that leads to another, swirling dimension. But
that being said, just to make sure, I mean, Ethan, you already mostly know this. I've talked to you about this already, but Rory, despite Andrea Cusso's entire demeanor, she tends to be something of the outlier for People's Church. Their entire MO, as it were, is to basically be like, we're the most wholesome campus fellowship you could ever, or campus fellowship or church fellowship you could ever hope to meet. Just, we have to meet in the dead of night for reasons.
She's a little. Yeah, I've seen her apartment. Yeah, she wasn't. She wasn't one of the Mormons going around knocking on the doors.
No, she was not.
No.
Isn't. But once she wakes up, she might be able to tell us more if this does end up being connected.
Let's switch back to the other two who are now sitting in the St. Cyprian staff room. Dr. Mortimer Bosch and Dr. St. Laurent, you're standing with Dr. Jacob Cross as he helps himself to more water and food.
Yep, we're bringing out the comfy chairs, put them in, comfy chairs.
Dr.
And hot
Cross.
chocolate and little cookies with windmill designs on them. Get them calm.
Dr. Cross, I'm going to ask you some odd questions. What date is this for you?
I have absolutely no idea.
When was the last time you saw a newspaper and what date did it have?
I don't know that either.
Do you remember what year you were born in?
Yes, I was born in 1978.
Okay.
Are you familiar at all with magic?
No. This is a very interesting survey. Is this part of the typical St. Cyprian experience?
Mm-hmm.
Well, part of our general study is amassing information on folklore and magic and unusual circumstances, unusual happenings, usually unexplained. We often try to explain them, and when we can, then they're filed away as nonsense. But we have open cases that are difficult to figure out. We're always looking for new sources of information. Did you come through this door here or that door over there? The main two entrances to the library.
No, I don't remember that either. I came through the hallway with the carpet.
Well, let me ask you this. Where were you before you were in the hallway with the carpet?
I remember running through rooms and halls, and it went on and on. And eventually I stopped running and just started walking. The rest is all just kind of foggy now.
Do you remember the art show?
were?
Do you remember the art show, sir? Abdul Walsh and Kosso?
Yes, I do remember the art show.
You were
Things
there for the art show.
Yes,
Something
happened.
Yes. Do you remember the shadows?
Yes, it's coming back to me.
Yes.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
You went
Sir-
through a red door and ended up in the hallways.
Yeah.
You seem to have fallen into some sort of liminal space.
Has this happened to you before, sir?
I don't know.
Do you have any
Would you-
gaps in your memory in the past? Sorry, Mortimer, I'm just trying to... Like periods of time where you just... What was I doing then?
You make a good point. I think I'd been in those halls before, maybe some other point.
Was it brought on by a panic experience?
No, but have you ever questioned if anything around you was as it appeared?
All the time, sir.
Oh, it's good philosophical. It's good.
Yes.
We don't know that reality is what we perceive it to be. Sebastian, are we? And I point up at the camera.
It's recording.
Excellent. Just so that you know, sir, that there's a lot of surveillance in this library. We've had some very serious breaches recently of books being stolen. So we installed all these security systems. You are being recorded now. Is that all right?
Absolutely, yes.
Excellent.
I must say, though, if it's been some time, I probably should be getting back to my office and to my work.
Sir, why did you have an interest in our wall of notions? Do you have some notions yourself about anything?
No, it was just very peculiar. I couldn't help but notice that you've made some interesting connections.
Do you have any connections of your own?
Did you recognize any of the things on the board as things you had knowledge of?
The two artists, of course. Yes, so they were at the art show. I was wondering where I knew them from. The rest of it, no.
They're just ongoing investigations that we have. We're trying to make connections between them. Sometimes it takes years to figure those sort of things out. Well, here's my card. And I handed my card. So please, if anything unusual happens to you, like finding yourself in hallways, when you can get back to me, come and tell me about it, and we'll
make an official statement.
See what we can do.
Yep.
There was one other thing, actually.
Excellent.
That's right. I put it in my pocket here, and he takes your card. And he's kind of, maybe as he put the card in, he realized it, and he pulls out a micro cassette.
Oh,
excellent.
Well, then you seem prepared.
I found this in the hallway.
Oh.
May we listen to it?
Yes, but I do think I should be going first.
All right. Yes.
Did you take the regular door out, sir? We'll show you out. Don't take any other doors out.
Okay? Oh, very well.
Okay, thank you.
I'll wait for you, Sebastian.
Yeah, I'm going to show him out the regular exit.
Have
a good night. Oh, by the way, Dr. Baudry would like to have a chat with you at some point.
Oh, very, very well.
She'll probably send you an email or something. I think she's worried about your well-being. Okay? Maybe go out for coffee?
Very, very well. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. I'll be seeing you around campus, I'm sure.
I look up at the security camera and I make sort of a preliminary statement. It's not preliminary. It's after the fact.
It's a retroactive statement to create the whole thing.
The date,
have to enter it
the
in
witnesses.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to text the others and say just the most extraordinary thing just happened and describe them the situation, that we think that he just came into the room from the red door.
Wait, are the doors still there, by the way, now that he's left? I just want to check.
Are you going back down to the stairs?
I want to see if they're still there.
You go back to... Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
I was just going to say that the red door was taken off the hinges.
Yeah.
So
it's just a door going into another room. So yeah, if you go downstairs, you can see your murder board lined up, and you have a few tables you've set up in the room, and maybe there's some maps of the university grounds and other things pertaining to your investigation. And you can see that open frame of a door leading into the other room. And yeah, it is there. It's completely quiet. There is still just this uncomfortable feeling of unawareness of what this space is that you kind of had thought there was just this one room, and now there's two rooms. And as are you going closer?
I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to get caught up in that. I'm just going to look into it and see if there was another door in that room now that wasn't there before, that he must have come through to get to that room, to get to our room. So I'm just trying to establish.
There's not immediately another door, but there is a hallway.
There's a hallway now that wasn't there before, because I remember Mortimer said it was just a room. Okay, I'll go back. I'm just going to go back upstairs because I'm not going to go into that because that's probably a world of pain, and I got other issues to deal with. Doctor, we should put the door back on the hinges. I'm not sure if we should have our space exposed to whatever is beyond there.
I might agree with you. I'm afraid that, you've seen the YouTube videos.
Yes, the
liminal spaces.
Yeah.
I always thought that was nonsense, but it certainly did suddenly show up in a lot of things.
The problem is, Doctor, those spaces are sometimes not uninhabited. I'd feel much better if we put a door up again, just in case. We don't want to just say, walk in when you feel like it.
Yeah, let's listen to the tape and then we'll go downstairs and secure the door.
Okay.
You get a message from me in the group chat. It's in all text. I knew it.
Okay, we're listening to the thing.
As usual, Dr. Melanie is trying to take credit for our discovery.
I know, it's okay. I have no ego on these things. She can put her name on it. I don't care.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I just realized that I don't have it as at hand as I thought I do. Which is a little weird, but...
The back rooms, that's what I was called. I was trying to remember.
Back rooms, yeah.
Yes. Okay. There was a water fun park there too, though. That was actually kind of cool.
There was everything.
Bathing suit on, mate.
I think we've got to understand that 99% of that is just very creative YouTube video people making up spooky stories, but it could be based on. There have been long-standing folklore of people walking through caves or doors and getting stuck in a place that went on forever.
Usually like Hills to Fairyland or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to play the tape?
Yep.
My name is Brad Melkirk, and I'm here to report something, I guess. I've been to the police, and that got me nowhere. They all think this is a nervous breakdown, and I'm starting to wonder if they're right. So I got a new job about 4 months ago as an IT consultant at Zenith Bank downtown. I live in the North End, so to save a bit of money, I decided to take the LRT, get off at Cromwood and walk through the underground pedway to work. It was a sitting job, so I thought having a couple blocks walk before and after work would be a good idea. I remember being a bit nervous in the pedway for the first week, especially when I realized there were multiple paths I could take to get to work. Some of them were more optimal than others, and I soon realized that the wrong path could lead to some confusing and non-intuitive situations. A missed turn and I'd find myself in one of the many downtown underground parkades. After a few weeks, I settled on my ideal path and found myself with the freed up mental bandwidth to start noticing a few more of the features I passed and some of the people I shared the long, echoing halls with. The halls seemed to reflect some frequencies of sound more than others, so the rare sound of someone speaking became an indecipherable murmur that bounced off the corridor walls. Mostly, though, you just hear the echoes of the footfalls as everyone intently focused on their smartphones, despite the poor connection down there. I finally resolved to talk to someone and picked out an older guy in a bright blue nylon jacket I'd seen a few times. As the months passed, we'd frequently cross paths and exchange small talk. He told me his name was Preston Bennett. He was an insurance agent for Mahler Delton Agencies in the big building just north of mine. He had a grandson in baseball, I think, or maybe soccer. Obviously, he was probably a bit more sports-focused than I was, but we managed to find the occasional subject to chat about. I remember noticing that one time when he laughed rather loudly at something I said, a few others in the hall seemed to hasten away from us, or pointedly look away. It was a bit like we were violating some unspoken rule, maybe. So last week, I had a big work project to get through, and I was a bit frazzled because one of the investment managers had clicked a link in a phishing email and compromised our systems. Eventually, after a long and exhausting day, I was out and on my way to the LRT. I was a bit lost in my thoughts and eventually realized I'd been walking a bit further than I expected. I went through a set of double doors, expecting to see the left-hand passage to the LRT platform in the next corridor, but instead all I saw was a long corridor turning to the right. I realized right then I'd gotten a bit off track and turned back to look at the signs above the door, expecting to see the street name and nearby exits listed. The sign was blank. That was a bit weird, but I was practiced enough now not to panic. Rather than continue on and possibly get further from my destination, I decided to backtrack until I reached more familiar territory. I went back through the doors and walked up the hallway. This corridor was unfamiliar as well. It still had the slightly off-color green walls and gray floor tiles, and so I quickened my pace. I opened my phone and tried to connect first to maps and then an internet browser. No luck with either. I went through another set of unmarked doors down a half flight of stairs, and now I was worried. I hadn't been that lost in my thoughts. I half jogged down this hall, noting an unfamiliar side tunnel branching to the right. By this point, my general sense of geography was way askew, and I realized that the best thing might be to find access to the street above. When I heard the sound of approaching footsteps and muted conversation, I realized I'd been utterly alone since becoming lost. Usually the pedways were still filled with workers clocking out and heading home, or shoppers and moviegoers coming back to access the mall. I hadn't seen any janitors or security staff either. As they got closer, I heard the mumbled sound of multiple conversations. Apparently it was a large group. Perfect. I could ask them for help and someone would be able to tell me which way to go. I felt a bit embarrassed at the thought of explaining how lost I'd become and wondered if they'd be able to tell how freaked out I was. But as they got closer, I began to have second thoughts. Something about their footsteps bothered me. It was like the echo was off a bit. The sound was clipped in some way. Their voices seemed to just hum along. I could distinguish individual voices maybe, but there were no pauses, like they were all talking at the same time. Several elongated shadows extended by the hall lights were beginning to peek around that slow left bend in the corridor, and I made a snap decision that no, I didn't want to meet these people. I felt foolish, but I stepped into the side passage to let the oncoming group pass. I hung around the corner and tried to get the Maps app on my phone to work again. Still no luck. They were just in the midst of passing the corridor I had turned to when I risked a cautious glance. The way they walked at a strangely slow but almost inexorable pace was the first indication that my instincts had been correct. There seemed to be so many of them, but I'm not really sure they were people at all. They were like generic versions of people, their faces and clothes blank and blurry. There were no defining features or describable traits to them. The humming sound of their conversations had become quite loud, and yet I couldn't match those sounds to any mouths. It wasn't words they spoke, but a characterization of talking, meaningless in and of itself that they emitted. I was about to run, just to get enough distance to clear my thoughts and examine this rationally, when I saw his face. It was Preston, the older man I'd befriended. He was almost in the dead center of that strange mass of pretend people. He had a look of fear and panic on his face, and I realized they were herding him down the corridor. He looked terrified, frantically turning to look in every direction. His eyes locked with mine, and I saw him recognize me and mouth the word, "Run." At that moment, the entire group of them stopped and swiveled towards me. I didn't need to be told twice. I ran and found myself in another corridor, and then another one after that. Look, I'm one person. What could I have done for him? I ran down and up corridors and stairs, nothing looking familiar or safe, and I could hear that mumbled false conversation behind me at every step. The last thing I remember is running through a third sub-basement parquet floor and falling down a stairwell into a hard-closed door. I woke up in the security office with a paramedic leaning over me. Later, the security officer who had been on duty told me that I must have hit my head and been knocked out. The bruise on the side of my head would concur. They found me lying in a heap of trash directly beneath a security camera. I think I'm going to buy a bus pass.
He was stuck in the liminal space as well.
Yeah. Well, this makes me want to put the door back on the hinges, put a bar on it, Maybe a doorbell in case somebody needs help getting out, but we don't want to have things just walk into the library. The question is,
let's go downstairs and put the door back on.
yeah, let's put the door back on.
Let's also install something so that it's like a bolt.
Yeah.
Does it? I've lost track of which way now. We talked about it earlier. Does it open into our part of the library?
We had literally talked specifically about that. And I forget what I ruled. I think we could say that it opens into it. I think that's what we did before.
Which was
because that's where the hinges would be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and that's how you got at it, I think.
All right. So we'll have to put we can put some sort of brace so that even if they try to break the door down, it will meet with a great deal of resistance.
Yeah. Okay. And then maybe just a buzzer and a little peek hole in case it's some lost person, just to be sure. We don't want to keep somebody trapped there if they need help.
We could actually write something on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
This way. No.
So the two of you are heading back down? Bringing some construction equipment maybe?
Yeah, we're going to get some stuff to kind of see what we can put together.
Sounds good. I'm going to switch back to the other three then. Here. The three of you, I think we're about to contact Joanne.
Well, wasn't there somebody else in the hospital that you both wanted to see?
That was attacked. Another student that was attacked.
Oh, it was Andrew Cosso and the landlord who had been attacked.
Yeah, there's not another student.
Oh, okay.
And right now...
We know what happened to the landlord.
Right, and Andrea hasn't woken up yet, so we might be able to get some more information from her about any connections with the student to the People's Church, but aside from that...
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm good with contacting Joanna and seeing if she can meet us if you all are.
Now, did Seb and Dr. Bosch send us a summary of what they just heard on that tape yet, or no?
Yeah, I think probably by now. Yeah,
because Roy's making the connection of being lost in the I think we should look into this to this murder victim to see if he had disappeared for a bit. Let's check to make sure he went to classes and stuff. Because if he got stuck in, say, that liminal space, that would account for him running all over the place. And I don't know. Everything seems to be connected, but not connected. I don't know. But I mean, we can. You guys could check his attendance, right?
Right.
Yeah,
without a doubt. But I looked at both of you and was like, we have entered the Twilight Zone when our two choices for what might have caused those blisters are either supernatural compulsion or stuck in the back rooms.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord. Just another day at the office.
Yep. So are we gonna try to talk to Joanne then, or did you want to go down on that?
Yeah, let's talk to her, and then maybe after that we can stop into Mr. Wallace's dorm room.
Okay. Would we have had a phone number for her on the sheet or contact?
Yeah, you have contact information for Joanne for sure. Yeah.
Okay, and while he's doing that, I'm pulling up the records office on my phone. Or probably admissions, actually, if you're looking for enrollment records. Pull that up and start putting in a request for information about Ken Wallace.
Oh, Ken Wallace. Okay, sounds good.
And Rory's going to check his email. He wants to see if he got some kind of ping, either from Albert at the security firm or something, to see if he noticed the fact that somebody was in the institute that didn't come through the main doors. I just want to see if he has made me aware of it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. You see messaging there, and it does see that the first sign of Jacob Cross in the St. Cyprian Library is him coming up the stairs from the basement in the company of Dr. Bosch and Dr. St. Laurent, spending some time in the break room before being escorted by Dr. St. Laurent out the front door of the institute.
Okay. I also, all of us in the psych department have each other's numbers. It's just standard procedure, really. So after I send my request for documentation for for Ken Wallace. I then send a text message to Dr. Cross, basically being like, Jacob, glad it's like I've been informed that you've just reappeared after a bit of a harrowing incident. I'm sorry to hear that, but I would love to sort of catch up and see how you're doing. Let me know when would be a good time.
Yeah. There's no immediate response, but yeah, you send it.
Okay.
And then I'll just call Joanne.
Okay. The number rings for a moment before kind of timid sounding voice answers. Hello?
Hi, Joanne. This is Ethan. I'm with the St. Cyprian Library. You had given us a statement recently. We wanted to see if we could meet up with you.
Yeah, you're friends with Alana and Danielle.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know them well. It's kind of pathetic. I was crying in the study hall one day and they approached me to ask what was wrong, and I started telling my story. Honestly, I think I probably overdid it. I mean, it was a weird experience, but like, I don't know. I think it's just probably the stress on Nell of the whole Ken's murder thing, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe, but we still, we're still looking into it. There have been a couple other, I don't know, weird things going on. So we just kind of, want to ask you a couple questions if you have a couple minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You want to meet somewhere?
Yeah, and I'll figure out where she's at, and then like a local coffee shop or something that's kind of like halfway between.
Yeah. You know that there is a student cafeteria nearby near Solon Hall.
Okay.
There's a library, the Burke's Reading Room Library. There's also a study hall nearby on Rue McTavish that is kind of connected with the Faculty of Education.
I think the one near Solon Hall would be perfect.
Yeah, the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've probably eaten there before. I think you know Roy Demers is the main cook at it, and there's quite a few tables where most university students have a pass to eat at it cheaply. A lot of the professors will stop in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, and she says, yeah, we can meet within a half hour.
That's perfect.
Listen, I have been talking to Nell a little bit lately. I just hope you're not going to like embarrass her or anything like that.
No, absolutely not. No, we just most of the time we just want to make sure that we have all the facts straight, make sure nothing has changed, and so on. So no, we absolutely will not embarrass her or anything like that.
Okay. Sure, I can make time. Yeah, I'll see you there.
Awesome. And then we have about a half hour. Going to be at the cafeteria near Solon Hall, so I don't know if we'll be able to get in, but that may give us an opportunity to go see Wallace's room as well.
Good idea.
Was Milton Vandermeer in Solon Hall as well?
I don't think we found that out.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It wouldn't be difficult to discover, though.
But our murder victim was in Solon Hall.
Mm-hmm.
With Joanne, and at least Joanne. I don't know where Mel lives. No.
Wait, Joanne was in Solon Hall?
Joanne is probably at an apartment nearby.
Okay.
Solon Hall.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard Solon Hall.
But close to it. Yeah.
No, I was wondering that too. I was trying to find all those connections.
Yeah.
They're all freshmen. They all know each other.
Okay.
Okay. And I would assume McGill is like a lot of institutions where the first year at least, if not the first two, you have to live on campus?
I don't know if that's a specific rule per se. I don't think so, but there's a lot of students from out of town at it, certainly, that would, for sure.
Okay. Then I'll also let Mortimer and Sebastian know where we're going in case they want to meet up or tell you what they're doing. And if there's nothing else, then I guess we head over unless Melanie or Rory need to do anything.
Melanie and Rory?
No, I think we're good for now.
And how about Seb and Mortimer? Are you two looking to reconnect with them, or you're focusing on construction downstairs?
We just want to make sure that door to nowhere is secure before we leave.
Yeah.
I also want to get back to my normal research.
Yeah, as
that's
do
where
I.
started.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think
first?
what we'll do is we'll put the door back on the hinges.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We will install a
brace or
flip lock
something.
with a flip lock with a padlock.
Yeah.
And secure it with a new master key.
Okay.
And I'll give Seb one of the keys and I'll keep one of the keys.
Sure. Sounds good.
I'm going to have you guys both roll a intellect task then.
Okay.
It's going to be
What is the skill?
level 6 in this case.
Oh my God. What is the skill that might help?
Intellect, level 6.
It is an intellect defense test, actually. Sorry.
Okay, I do have a level of that, so that's down to 5.
I have 2 edges that make it 4.
2 edge, so that will change your cost. So if you spend a level of effort, it'll cost you 1 intellect point. If you spend 2 levels of effort, it'll cost you 3 points total. And if you spend 2 levels of effort, it'll go down 2 sets. In Mortimer's case, that's possible. I don't know if it is for Seb.
Yeah, I can knock it down too. I just don't get a -1.
But do you want? Yeah, and the question is, do you want to?
Yeah, because we're near a dangerous thing.
True. Fair enough.
Okay.
So if you are doing that, Mortimer, you're taking it from a 6 with your intellect defense training. You take it down to a 5,
and then I'm going to knock it down 2 more
2 levels
down
of
to a 3.
effort that are costing you 3 intellect points. It's down to a level 3, so you need to get a 9 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
9 or higher in the D20.
Oh, that's flat.
17.
17.
I'm going to re-roll because that was a 6. That's going to burn an XP. Sorry, pardon my French. 10. Okay.
10. Okay, and that is that is a pass as well.
That's a pass.
Okay, the 2 of you standing on the threshold of it as you're putting the door up, both feel a sudden desire to step into it, and you almost feel like for a second that you're gonna just walk right through it, and you should. It would make perfect sense to go in and check the door from the other side to see for sure. And the 2 of you shake it off.
Yeah.
And are able to think twice about it, and you stay on this side of the door and put it back up and put the door bolts on.
It's a good thing we locked it and have keys instead of just. We don't want anyone just walking through here. Should we put some stuff in front of it too, maybe?
No, we want to know where it is. And keep an eye on it, but I'll hang a sign on that says "Do not enter." But my question is, are we mentally aware that something tried to get us to go inside?
And you almost have this moment too where you kind of realize that both of you had this, that there was a second maybe where you looked at each other and you were both ready to just walk right through it, and then realize
maybe that's why we made it. We kind of bumped shoulders for a second. What? Yeah. This is a trap. This is totally a trap. Yeah.
Well, it's either that or it's like a portal going somewhere, but it's like a trap.
Yeah. Why do we want to go in there when we know it's dangerous?
Well, that's interesting. I think it couldn't just be a trap that exists. Somebody created it as a way to get from one place to another. I mean, obviously, if you understood it and knew how it was created, you could use it to get from here to there anywhere. And I think
Dr. Cross does that unconsciously somehow.
I think he accidentally did it.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get away from the shadows and ran through a door and didn't realize that it went somewhere. But since Walsh
from Mel's
creates paintings,
from Mel's description, it sounded like the door wasn't there before. So did he make the door?
I don't know. Or the door appeared because somebody else at the art venue also used it to escape.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's possible.
In fact, he could have seen somebody. We should have asked him that. Did he see somebody run through the door first, and then he followed thinking he was getting out?
He did say he had a similar experience in his past, though. I think he might be an unconscious user of these things or something somehow. Maybe when he's panicked or scared.
I wonder why we were suddenly able to see it, unless we're becoming very sensitive.
Well, I mean, everyone seems to be able to look at us and know stuff. Maybe we're connecting to the same background field of things somehow.
Seb, when you say that, something rings a bell from it, and you remember that letter that you intercepted.
Oh, yeah, okay. We have that, and I've shown it to Mortimer before.
Yeah.
What about the letter that rings a bell?
Towards the end of it, there was a statement, when you are reborn among us, you will recognize those of other affiliations for what they are.
Right. Did Mr. Cross have anything about him that made me feel like he's a something?
Yeah, everything to do with him didn't seem like anything was quite what it was supposed to be. It seemed
but anything I could put a finger on? Like, he feels sort of like, I don't know, a flavor, a sound, just something.
Well,
illusion,
when you say
illusion or lie or twist.
So he feels like an illusion?
Yeah, a little bit. That everything to do with him, it's like it wasn't quite really there, or wasn't. You're not sure if anything of what he experienced was real.
We should play back the tape.
This space in front of you shouldn't exist. It seems to lead into multiple hallways leading deeper underground.
Oh, I'm sure it's real. Like, I don't doubt it. That's why I'm not going into it.
You might have a brief second where you wonder if the hallways might lead and connect with the Montreal
absolutely. Well, based on what he said, we know the route he took because he described it. He told
Yeah, that voice in the audio was someone who identified themselves as Brad Melkirk.
Yeah.
It was clearly the statement that you guys collect, but it wasn't from your collection.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it? I for the students to do this, I buy these little recorders in lots, like they're all the same.
Yeah.
Because I hand them out. Is it one of our recorders?
No.
That
brand
would be
of the
weird.
Tape is different. Yeah.
Okay,
the brand of the tape is different, but so much of it is done the same that you have no idea when Brad Melkirk made his statement.
Right. It's true, this could have happened in the 70s because these recorders have been around for a long time. We should see if he's still alive, maybe. See if he's somebody still working for, what was the name of his company? Something or other?
I didn't write it down.
We know it from the recording. We can look it up. People, yes, you're right. Thank you. Yeah, he said people were on smartphones, so it was not that long ago that he did it.
Starting to figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope this isn't drawing on meta, but
no,
it's starting to feel like there are certain things pushing us in directions. They all seem to be playing on our fears, but they're different. The insect mounds was kind of about corruption, and the paintings were kind of about the darkness.
Well, except for Abdul Walsh's they were more about the sky or something, but yeah.
The sky, yeah. It just starts to feel a little like there's things that are being directed at us.
Well, there's definitely what we would call a thematic unity sort of going on.
We've heard about various religions and cults.
Do you think that what he went through was something to do with the fear of being lost? Does that make sense?
I mean, that would be definitely a fear. The fear of being lost.
Yeah.
What are our fears? We should think about that.
Well, my problem is fears being realized, so I'm already past that.
My fear is that somebody wants to steal books out of my library.
That's fair. I don't think Mr. Cross wanted to steal any of our stuff, though. I think he's just hapless.
I think he might have been something about being lost.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fear. Fear of the dark, fear of the shadows, fear of... I don't know, it's the very beginnings of a working theory, but we should start writing these things down.
What does the not Danielle fit into then? What is she the fear of?
Oof. Let's see, she's not corruption.
No.
She's the fear of, I don't know, doppelgangers, the fear of losing yourself, the fear of betrayal, the fear of somebody you love not being who you think they are. Something like that. I don't know. I don't have a word for it.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
What about the Rindles, the couple who own the butcher shop?
Oh,
the fear that your meat is going to blame you for eating it.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Meat's already kind of inherently gross and similar.
Well, I mean, she was, you know what I don't recall is from that one is her father left her the business. And then she started seeing his face in pieces of meat.
Yeah.
What we didn't establish was, had her father died, was it a ghost of her father? Or was her father still alive? I don't know. The fear of losing your mind, or the fear of...
Yeah, the fear of being reduced to just your body. Oh, what is meat? I know people don't want to be seen as meat.
I don't know. We should sit down and think of every kind of fear there is. And,
oh my goodness, there's way too many. Yeah, no, that would be crazy.
Meat does sound out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Correct. Yes, voice of ceaseless watcher. What do you want to ask?
let's get a list of phobias and see if.
Well, you know, I have this game over here called Call of Cthulhu, and has a list in it. I want to go through that. There's a whole bunch.
Very few people know that our green files are all about Mr. Lovecraft, and everything that he talked about was real.
Well, he was afraid of everything, so I don't know. Mr. Scaredy Cat.
He was afraid of seafood. Yeah.
A message comes through on the group chat. Stay away from the Delta Green files.
What? Sure.
No such thing.
Okay, what were you guys going to do next?
I still want to
go back up to research.
I've got to figure out if there's something about the knots that we can use to work against them besides taking their picture.
The not them.
Mortimer, would you accept a GM intrusion?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So take an XP and you get another one to share with somebody.
I'll give it to Sebastian.
That makes a lot of sense because as you step out of the room, the staircase isn't there. And you can see that you're at the end of a long hallway.
Shit. Did we go in the room after all?
I'm still in the research room. I didn't leave it.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Are we in the upstairs?
Same room? Did you go upstairs?
No, he went out into the hallway to go back up to the stairs, but now the hallway just continues on.
So you hear me yell.
Come back this way.
All right, I'm turning around and going back exactly the way.
I'm just going to just keep talking till I see you, so you know where I am.
Does my voice get farther or closer?
Yeah, you come back in and you're face to face with Sebastian.
Damn it! It got us, even though we didn't go in.
The stairways we must have gone in, and didn't think that we went in.
No, the door we just did is right there. We finished it. There's our board of doom there. There's some of our research materials.
Well, shit.
You went what I thought was upstairs. I was going to stay here and get back to reading.
Never got there. I got as far as where the stairs were, and they're not there.
Great.
Stay here. I'll stay in voice.
Upstairs. Okay.
I'll stay in voice communication with you, but I'm going to see if there's some.
On. Are our cell phones still working?
The last message you got was from Dr. Melanie Beaudry a few minutes ago.
I'm just going to send test.
Just try to call her.
Yeah.
Ring.
Nothing. No one answers.
Shit.
Is my phone even ringing?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, this is a lot of excrement.
Mortimer, where were you going? You said you were gonna.
Let's keep in touch, but I'm going to go down the hallway and see if I can see where the stairs were, and if there's still hallways going on and on, I'm going back to Sebastian.
Mortimer, here.
Yeah.
We got a ton of these National Geographics down here. Nobody reads them anyways. Take some of these ripped pages and put crumpled stuff on.
No, you are not going to.
Look at this. No one ever reads this.
That's
just
priceless.
Sitting here in a pile.
There's things going all the way back to the 1950s.
Okay. If
50s.
you don't want to touch that, you know what? There's a collection of 1960s Playboy. You could tear those up if you wanted. Do you care about those?
No. Let's do this. Well, how many of the Playboys?
Okay,
and we'll just lay them on the floor one after another.
There's a lot of them, so I guess that would work. Okay.
The St. Cyprian is a more diverse collection than I had imagined.
You know, there's some very good articles in the early years, including like stuff from Anton LaVey, for example. So why would we not have that?
I mean, in all fairness, and there's a canonical Vampire Chronicles story that is only published in Playboy.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right. So we'll leave a trail of Playboys and
Seb, you're staying in the room?
Just for at least for the first part as a sensual come back to this to see if you can come back to it.
So if you can see me walking, I'll go to the point where it turns and the stairway should be there.
Yeah, and you can see there is instead a doorway there. Yeah,
there's no longer a stairway, but there is a doorway.
Okay.
I'll say that back to him.
Is it a red door?
Is it a red door?
No, just a gray door. Or
gray
brownish,
door.
Kind of brownish gray.
I'm going to grab a hold of the handle and turn it. Does it open?
Yep. Absolutely.
Does it open towards me or away?
It opens into the room.
Okay. I'll open it into the room, but I'm not going into the room.
Yeah, it's okay. You can see the room is lit up on the other side of it. You can see on the far wall of the room there is the murder board on the wall and a few chairs and tables placed around the room, and Sebastian St. Laurent stands in front of it, having to turn back to you. Seb, it appears as though Dr. Bosch has come back to see you.
We're in a closed loop.
Did he just come around, or did another door appear from nowhere?
I came from
No, nothing's changed in the room.
So he just came back into the room from the same hall.
Yeah. And
Correct.
Dr. Bosch, you're staring across the room at Sebastian St. Laurent, and I'm going to give you a point of stress for that story. And we'll switch over to the other three.
I say, checking the group chat. Usually they would have responded to my stupid comment by now.
I'm sure they don't have a good signal down in the basement.
The three of you have come into the cafeteria. You could see there's a few of the other professors around at one table talking and enjoying some very late lunch. There's a few students kind of talking on the other side, and at a table nearby you can see a young woman with short-cut dark hair who kind of looks up when you approach or when you step in, and she waves you over to her. Walking closer, you can see the cafeteria seems to be of limited selection. There's a few workers at it moving around, refilling. It's kind of a fill your plate. I can't think of the word, but buffet style almost, where you can pick from a few different salads and options and stuff like that. Anyone with perception?
Yep.
Yeah. First thing you notice is that Roy isn't present. Roy is the kind of main cook at the cafeteria.
Okay.
You've probably crossed his path. What do you remember about your relationship with Roy, or what stands out over the years of talking to Roy?
Oh, usually very friendly, is always ready with a joke or yeah, like always ready with a joke or a fact to make me smile, or like just a listening ear if I need to complain about something, and I've done that too a few times. I wouldn't say we're super close, but it's definitely one of those things where if I see him, I'm like, Roy, hi, how you doing? Type thing.
Yeah. And as you go by the door kind of leading in, you kind of have a peek for him again into the kind of kitchen area. You can see the shelves there. It seems to be the lights are turned off and everything's kind of closed up at the moment. You do see a sign on the door, though.
Goods receiving log. Department, cafeteria and food services. And according to this, starting always on a Tuesday on an odd numbered week, so week 1, week 3, week 5, week 7, always around 8:15, 8:30, coming from one of the labs, they are getting a ground protein blend, which is what it's listed as. Obviously, they need to they need to keep it at a certain temperature, which they failed every time. But there are some corrective actions that are taken. Let me see something here.
Yeah.
Week 1, called supplier retransport temp. Advised within production parameters. Product accepted pending written confirmation. Transferred to cold storage. Week 3. Temp consistent with previous delivery. Supplier confirmation on file. Transferred to cold storage. Week 5, as previous. Transferred to cold storage. Note: color and odor irregular. Within usable range. No action taken. And then week 7, as previous. Transferred to cold storage. Note: foreign matter found during prep. Item set aside. Service incomplete. Staff initials RD on every entry.
Yeah, that sounds like Roy Demers. Right.
This is a HACCP log. They have these anywhere where they do food service, like institutional. They track the food temperatures and how long they've been sitting out, what temperatures they're stored at, like from the moment the stuff arrives on the loading dock all the way till it's served to the students. So this is a HACCP log. Well, what the hell is this?
But the supplier is one of the labs.
Yeah,
so
this is really...
since Melanie told us about her connection to Roy, why don't either Rory or Ethan tell us about the ad a little further into the cafeteria you see for their new special burger using special meat provided by the McGill Labs? What would they call their meat substitute?
I'm trying to remember what the vegan burgers are typically called in a restaurant.
Yeah, there's everything from Impossible to...
There's Impossible, Beyond.
I think like the Miracle Burger.
It depends if it's plant matter or if it was grown in a vat and it's actually still like protein culture from cellular meat or something like that, right?
Miracle meat.
Miracle meat. There you
Miracle
go.
meat. Yeah, are we going to use Miracle?
Yeah, sure. Miracle
right.
meat. Yeah, that sounds
okay.
good.
I'm ready. That's now part of the canon. And yes, you see there is an ad for the Miracle Meat Burger. And over in the counters, you see a smaller sign above a kind of serving area where you can reach in and grab one of these prepackaged Miracle Meat Burgers. And yeah, you're not sure when they were put in there, but they probably have a mark of expiry date on them somewhere. You could tell.
Yeah.
Well,
requirements would be they have to list the ingredients. They can't just say miracle meat. So is there anything up on the sign that says what it's composed of? Vegetable matter, lab-made protein?
There's a little mention of a McGill website kind of within multiple subservers kind of linked there that shows an address.
No QR code. Rory will take a photo on his phone and just see if he can get something from that. This is cutting too close into the player's actual life.
I know. Sorry, we have a computer tech. Oh no!
Yeah, we had a.
Joanne waves you over and says, "So, I'm sorry. You know what? I shouldn't have said anything. The whole thing is just so weird. Nell wasn't acting herself at all. It's just, I don't know. I think we're just under a lot of stress right now."
No, you're right, and I'm sure you are under a lot. And I introduce both myself and Rory and Melanie and sit down. It's okay. We all go through a lot of stress. It was based on your statement. It was a very odd interaction for that long, and so we just wanted to kind of talk to you and. First off, make sure everything's okay. You said you had talked to Nell some more. Does she seem to be back to normal?
Yeah, there hasn't been anything since then. We've kind of talked about it. I don't know. She's kind of wondering about us, and I think I might give her another chance, but it was just so weird,
No, I can understand that. And that would be incredibly unsettling too, especially for 17 hours.
And about the other stuff, I'm sorry, I didn't want to spread rumors about the other students. What other kids do is up to them. Referencing that later in her statement, she had talked about some of the other behavior. I think everyone's just not quite themselves right now.
No, I understand it. People are very nervous, but I actually had a question that. Since you are close to Nell, maybe you would know this. Was Nell familiar at all with a student named, what was the first name?
Oh, Milton Vandermeer?
Yeah.
Or Ken Wallace?
Vandermeer. Was Nell by any chance familiar with a student named Milton Vandermeer?
I've heard the name before, for sure. Yeah, he was... Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think he was the one who was thrown out of a church or something.
Okay. Because
Yeah, you'd have
I think about it for a moment and I'm like, that's interesting because apparently Mr. Vandermeer was the one who found Mr. Wallace?
Oh, was he? Oh, no, that's awful. Yeah, Nell knew him. I think they had classes together. I don't know him personally, but yeah, he's.
Did Nell know what his major is by any chance?
No, I don't. She didn't tell me, anyways.
Okay.
Just figuring out timeline. Did the events with Nell and Joanne happen before or after Wallace was killed?
They happened after.
Yeah. So Wallace was killed, and then all of this happened.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm gonna ask. So I mean, with all this stuff going on, do you think it may have anything to do with Ken being killed and the stress from that? I mean, it's not an easy situation to have somebody get killed in such a way.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what it was.
Especially since, as you mentioned, Nell had her moment, and then Mr. Vandermeer was the one dragged out of the church. That does seem to.
How well did you all know Ken?
I didn't really. I think, again, someone who Nell maybe mentioned in passing at some point, but...
Did Nell ever mention how she knew him?
Yeah. I think she had a few classes with him.
Okay. Was he a fan? But actually, come to think of it, would it be possible for us to speak with Nell? I feel like we may have some questions for her now too.
You see, she kind of gets nervous at that point. You get the feeling that you could get it out of her, but it might take some kind of intellect task roll to get that info from her.
Yeah, that would I would probably say probably just regular psychology.
Yeah.
As a way of
persuade.
sort of unfortunately I don't have persuade, but I do have discerning motive. Actually, Ethan, this is your...
So can I, since we've been talking, can I use one of my special abilities, understanding, which is one intellect point? I observe or study a creature or object. Your interaction with that creature or object gains your next interaction gains 1 asset.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and also that is gonna pop. Since you're doing a where is it? Yes. You get an assist from me since we're in the same room while you're doing this.
Okay. So then I'm gonna, try to persuade her. It would actually really help us if, we could talk to her. We won't even, bring up that you had contacted us. We're kind of approaching this from, everybody who seems to know about, Ken dying. We just want to, to kind of talk to her about that. You won't come up at all.
This started as a level 3 task. With everything going on, I think you've actually got it down to 0 at the moment because you've gained the asset, you have help from Dr. Melanie, and you're at least trained in persuade, if not specialized.
Trained,
yeah. But you're down to 0. So yeah, she said, okay, that makes sense. Please just don't make her feel judged. We're having a hard enough time as it is.
Sure, of course.
Of course.
And she writes down a number and passes it to you, and you see that she's referred to her here as her full name, Penelope French, and gives you
Penelope. Okay.
Her contact info.
Yeah, and we'll, like we said, we'll be very discreet. We won't bring you up. It's with a lot of the weird stuff going around campus. We just, we're just trying to make sure that everybody's okay.
And especially since she has a connection to both Mr. Wallace and Mr. Vandermeer, it seems like this might be something that if it might be good to just check up on anyone else who might have been in that circle.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess let me know what you find out if it's something that can help Nell. I know she has an appointment booked for an MRI soon, and we're gonna see if it's something going on with her. But if you hear anything, let us know. I'm worried.
Of course.
Everyone's and. Don't stay out. There's been lots of I don't know. All my friends are freaked out lately.
No, we understand, believe me.
Since this began, I don't even know what happened to Beatrice. I think Beatrice might have dropped out, but
Beatrice?
Another friend, a student I know named Beatrice Ehrman.
Beatrice Ehrman. Was she also part of this circle, or was she more of your friend?
She's just someone I knew through other class. I don't think she knew any of them, but sometimes I'd meet up with her and study at the place in the Faculty of Education, and lately I haven't seen her there. Maybe she dropped out.
It's possible, but if we can look into that too, if you'd like. If it would make you feel better.
It might, yeah.
Okay.
Did she stay on campus? Do you know?
Yeah. She was at Solon Hall, and she goes on her smartphone for a second, and after a second kind of brings up an Instagram page and shows you a picture of Beatrice.
Okay.
It might be someone you've seen around before, but you don't really know to recognize her.
And of course, in the group chat, the ones that have access to their phones right now, Solon Hall again.
It's one of there's probably about 3 main dorms that are multi-floor, major housing areas. So it's not.
Mhm.
It's in and of itself. It's not totally.
Is Solon like the freshman dorm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Wow.
Because like in players' real life, there's a our freshman dorm is legitimately a high rise because we have
Yep.
so many.
Yeah. New inductees.
Okay. All right. Is there, anything else that you can think of that, would be helpful when we talk to Nell or, anyone else?
She thinks for a few minutes and maybe offers a few small suggestions here and there, but nothing really of
Nothing.
consequence.
Okay. All right, well,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say if I assume we've got cards or something like that, contact information, and give it to her, and like Melanie said, if you think of anything else, please let us know.
For sure. From another table nearby, you see one of the professors at it wave you guys towards them.
So we sort of head over.
Do you recognize?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Maybe Dr. Baudry does. It's actually someone you've seen hanging out with Dr. Mortimer Bosch before. It's older. If you remember, you think it's maybe Dr. Marsden, maybe?
Oh, Dr. Marsden.
Oh, yes, Melanie, good to see you.
It's lovely to see you. I wasn't expecting to run into you today, but I'm not complaining.
How's
how may we
Mortimer
help you?
doing? I haven't. I just thought I'd say hi.
Mhm.
I've been meaning to drop by St. Cyprian and catch up with Morty, but life's been busy lately. This is Priscilla and Edward, and the 2 other professors nod and.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. Dr. Bosch is doing quite well. Very busy with work lately, and of course, a couple major projects as always, but that's just how he is. But nothing's like super out of the ordinary.
Good. I keep meaning to tell him and keep forgetting to bring it up, but the funniest thing happened one morning. I'd gone into class and he had left me a specimen some time ago, and it appears that I've misplaced it. It was just a jar, but I believe the janitors disposed of it over the course of the night and meant to tell him, but
The fungal material.
Yeah.
the mold of some, or he described it as being the decayed remains possibly of the bugs he had captured.
Oh, that's right. Yes. When you say you misplaced it, you came into your office one day and it was gone?
Yes, I believe one of the cleaners may have either taken it or disposed of it.
How long ago did this happen?
About a week ago. I had kind of kept it off to the side, meaning to come back to it, and
Normally,
and
though,
never-
normally cleaning crews are told not to touch anything in labs. That's highly unusual.
Yeah. Well, be as it may, it's I expressed my apologies. I believe he may have been interested in it for further study.
No,
but-
well, thank you for letting us know. We'll be sure to update him once we see him again.
Well, one of the professors with him says, "So what brings the 3 of you to the cafeteria?" This is Priscilla speaking.
Following up on a project of our own, actually.
Intriguing. You're psychology, right?
Yes, I am. But I also work at over at St. Cyprian's library.
Yes. Interesting. Philosophy myself, and this is Edward. Professor Dannon teaches math.
I can certainly see. She's like, all right. Well, I take it then you all have known each other for some time then.
run into each other every so often. We get together and have a chat, but yes.
Well, that's good. But yes, over at St. Cyprian's, we're pretty much a closed facility unless you ever have a research pass, whether as a professor or as a student. But no, this actually involved a project we're working on for that.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. It's always good to know what goes on at some of those more specialized locations around the university.
Academia never sleeps.
And I take it from here, you guys are going to contact Nell. Were there any other researches you were doing along the way?
I know we also wanted to pop into Ken Wallace's dorm room if at all possible, and we are nearby. And since we know that Beatrice was supposed to also be living in Solon Hall at some point, wouldn't be too difficult to look up what her room number was.
Would Dr. Mel, would you be able to look up if she dropped out of the school?
That would also be a records request at a. Sorry, before it wasn't admissions, it was the registrar. I couldn't think of the office name for a minute there, but that would also be a records request from the registrar, which I can't imagine would be too big of a problem. I say, pulling up my phone, starting to type in a request for Beatrice Irwin.
Yep. Okay. And we'll, as the three of you make your way out of the cafeteria, we'll switch back quickly to a final check-in on Dr. Mortimer Bosch and Sebastian St. Laurent.
Well,
we seem to be in some sort of loop.
Well, we also got trapped in a research room. Why don't we see if we can find something here about this?
Well, there's not much in the research room except the stuff that we've brought into it.
Oh, I see. It doesn't have
and a bunch of old boxes.
There's a question, Dr. Bosch, now that you're talking to this Sebastian St. Laurent. He seems to be carrying on the conversation that you were having before, but lying some 20 feet down behind you in the hallway, going the opposite way into a room is a Seb St. Laurent that you left over there.
Can I see them both at the same time?
You can't see you. They're just the way from being down the hallway. It's unless you had them both come back down to the door.
Do you want to check if the other me doesn't know me or something?
Well, I want to know if it's the same you. Is there any position I can get in where I can see both of them, like this?
Only if they both came to the edge of the door.
Wait a minute. Can I look? I can look down the hall to where the door was, right?
Yeah, you could look down.
Stick your arm out, and I'll see if I can see it. I'm just gonna look. Did I see his arm come out?
No, he's literally in the room with you right now.
No, but stick your arm out through the door you came through and wave it. I'll look down the hall and see if I see it.
So you're leaning past him to look out the hall?
No, just hunch down. I'll look over you.
Okay. And you look over Mortimer down the hall, and you can see the hall goes down a ways before coming to an end, and you can see there's just a door frame over there.
But he stuck his arm out through it now to wave.
No,
it,
he's right beside you, holding his arm out into the hall, but you don't see an arm come out down there.
All right. Stay here.
I'm not going anywhere.
I am going to go back the way I came.
Wait a minute. Are the magazines still on the floor?
Yeah, the magazines are still on the floor.
I'm going to go back.
Put out new magazines, see if they pile up.
Give me a difficulty 2 perception check of intellect.
What, either of us?
For me?
Yep, for either of you.
Okay, I'll totally do
difficulty 2 perception.
I've got it down to difficult.
Before I do that,
okay.
Supernatural comprehension.
We both have it, by the way.
Oh,
you identify the parameters of an unnatural effect.
This is kind of like one of those Doctor Who episodes when there's two doctors stuck in the same problem.
I'll spend 2 intellect.
I'll spend 2 to get more information. We're just gonna
and for both of you, that'll reduce it down to a 0. And you realize, looking out into the hall, first off, that it's not the magazines you would place down the hall. It's actually National Geographics that are placed down the hall.
So you're an alternate guy who put something else down.
Shit, we're in an alternate universe.
No, I might be in the original. You moved into the alternate when you came here. Am I the same one? Do I remember him putting down National Geographic or Playboys, this version of me?
You could have sworn he grabbed the pile that were the Playboys.
Okay, I remember you putting down Playboys.
But did he, or did he grab the other one?
Or did I? What do I think I?
You didn't want to touch the National Geographics because you didn't want to hurt them.
I know I didn't.
So we have the same memory, and I saw you put down Playboys. Why are the National Geographics there?
Okay, if there's a multiple universe, stay here. I've got to go talk to the original
and see if there's Playboys in the hall. But I'm going to be annoyed that there's two of me at this point. I have to say.
But then there's two of me too. One walking out of the room and one walking into the room at the same time. Okay, if I come through that door over there, I'm crossing from one universe to the other. All right.
Wait a minute. Does his clothing look the same? Do I see anything different about him?
No, everything seems the same.
Here's an issue of McLean's. Take it with you and wave it in front of you. I want to see what I see next.
Okay. Well, we might, if the theory of multiverse, we might be so close to the next multiverse that 99% of everything in the universe is the same except for.
Well, I hope we don't get too many
salt
steps
is
apart.
blue instead of.
This is going to get horrible.
Just let me go.
Go.
I'm going to walk back to exactly the way that I came.
You get to the end of the hallway and looking into the doorway where the original mystery room was that you've been working on, you see just another hallway stretching on from there. This one intersecting with many other passages as it goes down.
Oh no.
At the very, very far end of it, you see a doorway where you literally see yourself exit at the same time and stare back at you across this gap. And that's where we'll end the episode.
Ah. No.
We won't be seen for the rest of the adventure.
We're going to be seen over and over again, but by each other for. We have. Let's see. Our players included Joe Bardalis, Jen Obertaz, Tyler Hudak, Troy Lehman, and myself, with Mike McKinn as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure to the horror locked into the Magnus Archives. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.